Today we're going to take a closer look at Unity, more importantly 3 things that got me super bullish after listening to their earnings call. This is a company that in the past 3 months has gone through a lot. Obviously last earnings they mentioned that issue in their monetization platform, then they kind of announced this huge merger with ironSource, and then AppLovin wanted some loving too and kind of made an offer for Unity. I mean, if we take a closer look at its price point, the stock is down roughly 73% from its 52-week high. But if we take a closer look from its 52-week low, the stock is up over 79% and now sitting at a market cap of $16 billion. I remember when this company hit that market cap of $10 billion last earnings, and it was one of my biggest purchases I had made in a long time. At the moment, I'm super excited for that purchase, and after listening to this earnings call, I'm actually even more excited now.
I do want to thank The Motley Fool for sponsoring this video, and make sure to check out fool.com/Jose to get the top 10 stocks to buy right now.
So before we take a closer look at what I'm excited, obviously there are some negativities happening with Unity right now. For example, this is a company that previously expected long-term growth to be over 30%. Not every quarter was going to hit that 30%, but on average it was going to be at the 30% growth rate for numerous years. But if we take a closer look with their guidance for the full year of 2022, they expect somewhere around 17 to 22%. For quarter 3, they expect somewhere between 10 to 17%, and this quarter they grew roughly 9%. So it is falling short to what they mentioned before. At the same time, a lot of this kind of slowdown is first the overall issue that they had before, but also macroeconomic events. And while macroeconomic events are definitely things that will create headwinds in the short term of things, for me as an investor, I try to look past them and see if a company can overcome them, and if they can overcome them, can there be numerous growth opportunities? And for Unity, I do believe the answer is yes. So my first bullish point actually comes with their Operate Solutions, and we can see their Operate Solutions was actually down 13% versus a year ago due to numerous things. First, the issue that they had with bad data. Secondly, the overall macroeconomic events. During the earnings call, they do mention that data quality issue is behind them, and they are already seeing improvements in their products with lead indicators. And the reason I'm excited is because it shows that management was able to find the problem and fix it in a nice amount of time. But now that they have gone through this, they kind of implemented new ways to make sure it doesn't happen again. So at the end of the day, yes, it was a negative time for Unity, but I do believe they are a stronger company now because of this. Obviously, this issue hit their Operate Solutions, but now whenever they innovate new products, they're going to be thinking at the back of the mind, hey, we don't want another scenario like that before. So at the end of the day, I think this makes Unity a stronger company than it was before. Also, if you're liking the video, make sure to hit the thumbs up as it helps me grow my overall audience, and I truly appreciate it. And if you want to support a little bit more, make sure to subscribe using my link at fool.com/Jose. They do mention that the slowdown in the Operate Solution also caused a slowdown in some of their other metrics. For example, at the end of the second quarter, they had about 1,085 customers with over $100,000 of trailing 12 months revenue. This was up about 22% year over year, but it was a very small growth quarter over quarter. They do mention one of the big reasons is because of these monetization solutions that they had in the Operate side. The other thing that they mentioned is that their net expansion rate dropped down dramatically. Again, it was because of the issue with their Operate side. Now that it is fixed, hopefully it should come back to normal. So I do want to say those 2 things that I just mentioned are more on the negative side, but in theory they should come back up, and sometimes that negativity creates buying opportunities for companies like Unity. Now the second thing that got me really bullish is actually their Create side, which was up 66% year over year. And this is probably the one I'm the most bullish on right now. And their Create Solutions is not just only the gaming market, they also have customers outside the gaming market. And they gave us some great insight of how that's growing. For example, for the full year of 2021, business outside of games represented 25% of total Create business. At the end of the fourth quarter of 2021, it represented roughly 33%. Now coming in at the end of the second quarter of 2022, it represents roughly 40% of total Create business. So not only are they growing in the gaming aspect, but they're also growing outside the gaming solutions. And that's something that, in my opinion, is very bullish. They also mentioned some other pretty cool stats. For example, Unity powers more than 70% of the top mobile games. They also mentioned that nearly half of the Steam games for PC were made with Unity in 2021. They also mentioned that in VR on Oculus Quest, Unity games made up 80% of the most popular games in July and 72% of the top selling games in that platform. So we can see the huge strength they have in the gaming market. But like I mentioned, they also got great wins outside the gaming industry with Mercedes-Benz, EG, Kasi, which is a government contractor, Obayishi, which is a huge Japan construction firm, and many more. Third reason that got me excited during the earnings call is probably one that might be controversial to some investors. So during the earnings call, they mentioned that they created a venture investment called Unity China, which will operate solely in China region and be governed by a board consisting of Unity executives, and they will be the majority shareholders. They do have partnerships and kind of backing by huge tech leaders in China like Alibaba, China Mobile, and many more. They do mention that this transaction is expected to close within the next few weeks. And the reason they are super excited is because, like I mentioned, these are tech leaders in China. So now they are kind of investing in them, which now they'll have their backing in not only the gaming market, but also other industries outside of gaming. Out of the three reasons that I'm excited about this quarter, I want to say this is probably the least, but it is somewhat impactful and something investors should keep an eye on. So at the end of the day, for me as a Unity shareholder, I have no plans on selling this company right now. I am still bullish in the long term of things. I do believe a lot of these headwinds that they are seeing are going to be very short-lived. By short-lived, maybe I mean 2 to 3 quarters, but I do believe in the long term these are going to be great returns for the company. So let me know, what are your thoughts in Unity right now? Take care, have a good day, and see you next time.